Hey guys, this is Bradley here from HealthWorks. So the last time that we had the talk, it went more than 2 hours, and as much as we were able to provide information, I feel to educate you guys about proper posture, proper training, nutrition, it wasn't as takeaway-ish as I would like it to be. So this video, I'll showcase to you a few warm-up exercises and a few activation exercises that I think would benefit almost every one of you guys. The exercises will be shown in a bit, and I'll be commentating as we go through the exercises.
So, notice for this exercise a few key things that I'll be highlighting. First off, you want your legs to go as far forward as you can, keeping your lower back and hips neutral. You realize how I push my hips down. You want to achieve that, and your front feet should be flat on the floor. And then you rotate your arms. If your right leg's in front, you rotate your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. You can have your gaze follow through. And then after that, you come back to the center, hold on to the toes or your shoes, and reach back to a nice hamstring stretch. Look at me try and keep my lower back straight. It can be better, of course, depending on your flexibility. But you don't want to round yourself forward too much doing this. So this is it at full speed. Reach back, my left leg's in front, I reach my left hand up. Now my whole upper body turns as well, it's not just my arm that turns, alright? And then I reach back to a hamstring stretch, trying my best to keep my body square. So this is so here I'll transition to a rollover to V sit up. Look at me, when I roll back, I lift my glutes, my hips off the floor. I get a little bit of a stretch on the lower back, and then upon that I'll toss myself forward with the momentum I generate and open my legs wide. So I get a nice deep stretch on my inner thighs, on my hamstring, and I get a nice forward reach and a nice stretch on my lower back as well. So the next one, now take note of how my hips all the way to my head, my knees all the way to my head, they're in a straight line. So you want to be careful. Common mistake I see with this is people usually arch their lower back a lot. So you don't want to do that, especially when they lean forward like this. Head to knees in one straight line. So this involves your abs engage and your glutes engage. So you don't want to stretch or over arch your lower back doing this. Now there's a little bit of a stretch component involved in this, and there's a little bit of a balance component involved in this as well. So what you want to aim to achieve is to have like a 2-3 second hold at the bottom, and then if you need to hold on to something to balance, go ahead, it's not a big deal. Try to use your feet to sort of grab the floor to really give you that balance. So the next one, and one of my favorite ones, I learned this from, I think, Max Shank. You can check out his original video. Now, this is a more simplified version of the thoracic flow. First off, you want to have your knees about an inch off the floor. Keep your lower back neutral or as straight as you can. Don't crane your neck up. You look directly to the floor. You cross over. Make sure both feet and toes are flat on the floor, heels and toes, and then you drive your butt all the way up as high as you can, fully engaging the glutes. Now my hands are straight as well. I don't overturn my torso. That's going to put a lot of tension on my shoulders. So realize how my shoulders to my elbows to my wrists are in a straight line, and my body is actually not really pointing towards the ceiling. It points either to the left or to the right side of wherever I'm facing. So for this exercise, probably one of my favorite exercises to engage the glutes, you want to have both feet on the floor, drive your butt all the way up. Now make sure you don't over arch your lower back doing this. Your body from your knees to your shoulders should be in a straight line, and then holding that position, you're going to raise one leg off the floor, essentially limiting your balance. And what you want to do is you ensure that your body does not tilt towards the left or to the right. Keep it neutral, keep it stable. Helps you to engage the stabilizer muscles on the glutes and the knees, as well as your core, your frontal core, I mean. So this next one looks a bit awkward, but again, another really good exercise to engage the side of the glutes. So what you want to do is you have your elbows. Realize how I'll adjust my elbows here. Make sure elbows are straight, shoulders to your elbows in one straight line, and then after that you hinge. You have your legs around the 90-degree, and then you are gonna essentially balance yourself on the kneecap of the bottom leg, and at the top you open your knees out as wide as you can. Make sure your hips doesn't shift back while doing this. Essentially, my knees are still above, my knee is still above my bottom knee. I think you can have a better view from this side, as in a better view of the knee position. So my knees are above my knees. I don't open it back to point to the ceiling. It's more of a 45-degree angle on the left and the right knee. So try it out, a few reps, you can actually feel the side of your glutes on fire. So now we're going to do a plank. Now make sure a few more things I want to highlight after this screenshot. So my lower back all the way, my head all the way to my lower back, especially my toes, are in a straight line in neutral. And I maintain that. I try to drive the floor away with my arms. And then when I raise my arms up, now realize how I'm trying to keep my body from rotating. So again, going from a 4-point position on the floor to a tripod position, you want to minimize any movement to create some form of core rigidity, core stability. So holding it there, I'm not doing it perfect, still suck at this, but imagine holding a cup of water on your back and then keeping it there while you raise your arms. So this helps you engage the core, frontal core. And then my favorite exercise to really fully warm up the joints, the knee joints through its full range of motion, is just to do a full squat. Now, the bottom of a full squat, you want to have your shin and your upper body in parallel. So look at that. It's like a nice lightning shape when I'm at the bottom. And I also have a nice pause at the bottom because you need that. I would recommend doing that to get a nice deep stretch. And doing in front, realize how my knees and my toes are aligned. So I tend to have a little bit more of an external rotation with my toes. You can minimize that and do it to your own preference. Alright, so knees and toes, same direction. Go deep enough to ensure you have a neutral lower back position.
So I hope that video gives you guys an idea of how to design a dynamic warm-up routine and a training routine just to get you ready for dodgeball. Of course, it's not an exhaustive list of what you should be doing, but it's a good start, I feel. And beyond that, I guess you have to look at your own specific issues and work towards it. If you have an ankle mobility issue, then perhaps that's where you want to focus on. You have a hip mobility issue, focus on that. So specificity is key in improving your weaknesses. So what I showed is a very general warm-up, very general training routine. Take it as a start, and beyond that, improve and figure out what you need to work on the most. Alright, so I also want to cover a little bit about recovery. Importance of just taking rest is extremely important. It's under talked about in the industry. I think there's a fetishization of doing more and more and expecting yourself to improve beyond that. I think there has to be periods where you go all out, go hard, and periods where you rest to really reap the maximum benefits. So what I would recommend everyone, especially if you are suffering from pain, to perhaps take a day off or 2 days off of training, of your usual routine, because recovery doesn't occur if you constantly present the stimulus that causes it. So if you feel pain playing dodgeball, throwing movements, take a day off, take 2 days off. I wouldn't guarantee it will fix your issue, but a lot of times, I think a lot of clients and athletes that I train, a lot of times taking days off is really what they need to kickstart the recovery process and to ensure that their body is able to handle the beating again. So rest, get enough sleep. I'm a big fan of meditation, and it's not the spiritual woo-woo meditation. It's just closing your eyes, taking deep breaths, just 10 minutes a day, being present. I think that really helps me to focus, helps me to de-stress, and being able to focus and being not stressed outside of the playing field is, I believe, an extremely crucial aspect of high performance sports. And beyond that, let's talk about food. I don't think you guys should be tampering with your body weight that much. If you are comfortable performing at a certain weight, stick to it. Don't reduce it or increase it too much, especially so close to your competition dates. But if you do want to do so, track your performance. If you aren't performing as well, you may want to get your weight back to the original weight as soon as you can. If you're performing better, then great, then stick to that original body weight. Manipulate your calorie intake, your protein intake as and how you see fits. So beyond that, yeah, that's about it. I think that's all I want to talk about. If you have any questions at all, do drop me an email at bradleylimfitness@gmail.com, or just leave a comment down in this video, and I'll try my best to answer them as detailed as I possibly can. Alright, so again, hope this video helped, and good luck in your competition.